It's too hot.
Oh, God.
It's too damn hot.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, this coming weekend looks ugly.
It is currently 26 degrees Celsius.
But feels like more because Vancouver has decided that it has humidity now. Which is just a lovely addition on top of things.
I don't know my Celsius to Fahrenheit tables.
26 would be what? 77?
78.8.
I blew it.
But
you know what? I was gonna say 78, but I'm like, no, that's too hot.
There's
no way.
It's supposed to be 32 or 35. 95 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday and Sunday and Monday. So, yay. I can handle 20, maybe 21 if there's a wind.
Yeah.
But anything over that and I'm dead.
I like 21 feels like 18. I don't want 29 feels like 35, which is what it's going to be in the next few days.
Yeah, that is correct.
And you Americans listening, you fucking Americans. You're like, we have temperatures that hot. I'm like, yeah, you do. But we are outside of Alaska, which you just took to spite Russia. It's not actually part of America. We are further north than anywhere in America. Like, pick the coldest point in the continental U.S. We're supposed to be colder than that. We're further north. It's fucking hot.
Any parts of Minnesota or Montana or... Yeah. We are supposed to be closer to the North Pole, so we should be cooler.
Yeah, there's a reason we chose to live here, because it's closer to the North Pole.
Yeah, we want to be closer to Santa.
We want to be near Santa. We want our presents first. We want our presents before anyone in the United States.
Number one. Well, what about if he goes the other way and goes to Russia first and hits us on the way home?
If Santa does the Eastern Hemisphere before the Western Hemisphere, he's got another thing coming.
He does wear red.
I think that's one of those weird phrases that everyone says wrong, but is just accepted as correct now. I think the actual phrase is "You've got another think coming."
Another think coming.
Same as champing at the bit instead of chomping at the bit. That's the other one.
There's several other ones.
Yeah.
There's definitely some that I've recently have said, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I say this correctly going forward.
I say champing. But
say champing because I know it's
you know it. But like another think coming, I don't like it. I can't do it.
Yeah, think doesn't fit.
Also, it doesn't make sense. No one says think like that. No. Idea, like they're saying a think like an idea.
Yes.
Or you know what, a thing, because you have a different thing coming.
Yes.
It makes more. The wrong one makes more sense.
The English language is stupid.
It's hella dumb. Also, Santa, stay out of Russia.
No, he wears red. He does Russia first.
Santa's a communist. Oh, and
Russia first and China.
And he redistributes the presents amongst the children.
Correct.
Is Santa a fucking commie?
He's a commie.
Is he a democratic socialist?
He's a red. He's a red. He's a red. He's a DSA with DSLs.
Blowy.
Those frost-bitten, dry, chapped DSLs.
Well,
gonna give you a nice dry blowy.
I'm gonna stop writing him.
You are?
I don't approve of his business practices anymore.
I agree with you. If you're gonna put Russia first, get out of my house. You know what? I'm gonna stand my ground. You come in my house, I'm shooting. Shoot first, ask questions later.
I'm gonna run on the Russia first platform. America first seems to work.
It definitely does.
Why not Russia first?
Have you seen that ridiculous? I don't know what the platform it's on. It must just be
Parler?
No,
sure?
It must just be because
I've seen a lot of stuff on Parler, and you're gonna like what you see.
It might just be Facebook that it's on, but it's a trend now that guns in Texas are you can just have them.
You can just have them.
You can just have them. No one cares.
Does everyone have to have them?
I think it's
mandatory guns, right?
It's in the Texas Constitution that you have to have a gun.
You are AGAB, assigned gun at birth.
Yes, and if you do not carry the gun, then
you can legally be shot.
Then they get to hang you. If they get to drag you behind a car for as long as it takes until you're dead.
If you're not open carrying, anyone else can legally shoot you.
Yes. There is some internet trend, I don't know what it is.
Planking? I see kids planking.
African American gentlemen.
Okay.
Going up to like
you might be on your own on this one. Keep going.
Their friends and acquaintances, and like
they're homies.
Pulling out
they're homies. They're peeps.
Pulling out their guns on their friend.
Okay.
And saying like yo, where's your piece? To make sure that their friends are all carrying. I don't know if you've seen that. I don't. No. I don't. It's obvious. It's obviously not an Instagram or a TikTok thing because that would get you kicked off. But it's just maybe it's a Facebook video
for everyone.
But yeah, it's literally like they'll pull up to their friend on the side of the street.
I love
They'll pull out their gun and just like say like yo, where's your piece? And then they like pull it out or whatever.
A gun on them to make sure they have their gun. I mean, it makes sense.
You got to protect yourself.
Lest you wreck yourself.
Because if everybody else is carrying, who do you think the other people that are carrying are going to shoot first?
The babies with no guns.
It reminds me of the funny episode with Cartman and Token, where it's the stand your ground and he draws the circle around himself and then shoots Token and then drags him inside the circle. Perfect writing.
They're calling it Zimmermaning.
Zimmermaning.
And it's the latest trend sweeping Facebook watch.
Yeah, but what a crazy
shooting a black guy and then pulling him into a circle you drew.
He's in my personal space.
And then the black guy goes to jail.
Or
heaven.
And you get a presidential pardon.
You get the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Along with Babe Ruth and Rush Limbaugh.
Do you remember when Obama gave it to Joe Biden and he cried like a little bitch?
Yeah.
What a bitch. Can't even walk upstairs.
Rush Limbaugh cried and then he fucking straight up died.
Well, yeah, but he deserved to die.
Yeah.
He's one of the people that deserved it.
He did. No, see, now you got my hackles up, and I just want to defend Rush Limbaugh. Just because you said he deserved it, I'm like, well, I have to disagree with you just on principle. Here's the thing. People lump Rush Limbaugh in with like Hitler. Alex Jones. Oh. And I don't think they're the same kind of person. Also, maybe they don't do that, and I just think they do that just because they're fat and right wing.
Yeah.
But I feel like people do. But like Alex Jones is crazy, or at least plays crazy on TV. Whereas Rush Limbaugh is just like, yep, I'm a capitalist pig, and this is how it is, and just kind of owns it.
Yeah.
So like I respect that part about like he's evil. Don't get me wrong, and fucking dead. But yeah, like he just like there's no false pretense about Rush Limbaugh. Like Rush Limbaugh in his divorce hearing would never have to say that he was playing a character on TV like Alex Jones did, which is very funny.
Very funny. Very, very funny.
He was just like, "Yep, I'm rich, I'm white, I'm racist, and yep, and now you're gonna hear about it for 14 hours a day on my gold microphone."
Who are you to stop me from saying what I want to say?
Yeah,
I Rush Limbaugh is nothing if not hours of comedy gold.
Yeah,
he said some very funny things
for sure,
like insane funny things, not realistic funny things.
Some realistic funny.
I mean, I guess, but
also insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be like not to get too political on this podcast because we don't like to get political. I'm interested to see what the next generation of conservative Republicans act like.
Yeah,
because they all have social media, and so they're like the older conservative Republicans have to just like make shit up.
Yeah,
but the like modern conservatives are going to have like video evidence of liberals and of things, and so like I'm just curious to see what when we're in our 50s, so like 10 years for you and like 25 years for me,
like 35 years for me,
just to see like what they're like. It goes with the Pete Holmes joke of like O'Neilly 69. Like, would you like to comment on this you made on on a Korean freestyle rap video? These Borientals. Like,
I forgot about boring.
Yeah, like, how is anybody in 30 years going to be able to run for anything?
Hopefully we just, like, don't have a political system.
Like, we just don't have
anymore.
government? It goes back to a monarchy?
Well, yeah, I think pretty much in 10 years, like, once... Because, so, like, people... Like, what's the youngest... For when social media hit. So, like, social media hit in the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
So, the youngest would be, like, I don't know, say 10. So, people born 95. So, like, yeah, once the youngest of the first wave of social media become adults. So, like, so they're 25 now. So, yeah, so in 20 years. In 20 years, there will have to be no politics anymore.
Like, nobody in any place of power, or like, what happens?
Just because, like, I think eventually just every single person will have been canceled, and then it just, like, well, maybe that's how you keep politics going. It's just everyone gets canceled, and it just, like, goes back around the spectrum, and everyone cancels out.
Yeah, well, or I mean, it's like
canceling cancels out.
It's like scorched earth, though.
Yeah.
You got to burn everything behind you as you go.
Sure.
So that way nobody can catch up to you and say, hey, like, how come you made this statement about black people not being in the Supreme Court? And then you go, because, that's what millennials talk about, or Gen Zers.
To which the answer is, have you seen Thurgood Marshall?
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't even imagine when you have, like, the history of what this person said on social media, just, like, active for everyone to see.
Like when someone the other day DMs me on Twitter a clip of me saying during what appears to be a playthrough of one of the Resident Evil games, which I have zero memory of, but it really does sound like my voice unless they've really mastered the audio deepfake. Something to the effect of Jews aren't actually a race, so it's okay to hate them is a thing that I like. That you're wagging your finger and be like, hey, I've heard worse points than that.
I've heard worse points than that, and also it's technically true.
So if anyone was on the fence, if I was able to push you over in one direction or another, happy to do it. Yeah, but I do not remember saying that, but certainly sounded like me.
There's so many things
listen, the voice sounded like me. The tone did not sound like me. I don't think I would say something.
Because you weren't happier?
I was kind of laughing while I was saying it. I was kind of delighting in saying it. I still don't think I said it.
We'll record. We record this today. Spoiler alert: this is being recorded today.
Oh no, Drew! Don't give away our trade secrets of recording today.
By tomorrow, I'm going to forget everything I said today.
Yes, me too.
So,
which again, I stress, when you make comments on this or when you message us about this, please reference what you're talking about, because we don't know. Yeah,
don't just say the thing and then we'll be like, okay, did I say that?
Like, don't answer a question we posed without telling us what the question was. Like, you talk to us like we're babies. Also, because we like that.
We do not like that. One of us does not like that.
Drew likes that. I do not.
No. I hate it. Because I, in fact, am not baby.
I'm baby.
I'm baby. What happened to your baby, precious? I ate it.
We did just watch the wrestling match with the first baby ref. So that's pretty progressive.
Little tiny baby ref.
Yeah, he did look really young. Like, it was legitimately a child referee. Shout out to GCW Tournament of Survival. Alex Cologne. More like Alex Needs Cologne. Mm-hmm. And Atticus Cougar, Don't Call Me Cougar.
I'm very disappointed it's not Cougar.
I think everyone's disappointed because you see COGAR.
Yeah.
Your brain says Cougar.
I don't think I've ever, like, because it's a lot of glancing past it. I don't think I've ever actually.
What are you real? Tom Glancy?
I'm a Tom Glancy. I generally just scroll past it and don't actually read it. Mm-hmm. So to me, it always is just Atticus Cougar.
Yeah.
And I just assume he teams with who's the chunky cat girl that they wanted you to wrestle?
Alley Cat.
Alley Cat. I just assume they team together. because
that would make sense if he was a cougar.
If he was a cougar,
but he's not.
Let's force trans him.
Force trans guys. Force trans species.
I think we need to create our own Fed.
Yeah.
Where we bring in like outside talent of people whose names are close enough to animals.
Love where your head's at.
And then force them to work an animal gimmick.
Absolutely love where your head's at.
And there's lots of people that have gimmicks or names that are close to it, but don't work the gimmick. Like we just saw Marcus Crane. Not
perfect.
A bird, but should
not
be
a bird yet.
Yet. But I feel like there's lots of people that we get. Didn't for a while, like Uncle Benny wanted to be involved. He wanted to turn into an animal.
Yes, he did.
He wanted to be like a monkey or something.
Something, yeah.
And then, Greg was going to be a space monkey.
Greg was going to be a space monkey.
A space chimp.
And then, there already literally was a space monkey.
But he was going to be a Soviet space monkey.
Yes.
Where he crushes capitalism.
Yeah, but Benny, B-Boy, sorry, we're such good friends with
Uncle
B-Boy.
Benny. His name's Uncle Benny.
His name's Uncle Benny.
Shout out. Hope the recovery's going well. I know you're not listening to this.
Yeah, but no, he was down.
Involved. We told him about it, and he was like very into it.
Yeah, he was a fan. And then
I'm disappointed we don't get to turn like at least 50% of the 3-2-1 battle crew into animals like we wanted to.
Yeah, that was the move. 50% fur.
It was going to be a real like Dragon Gate faction war.
Yeah,
where half the roster is furries and the other half are just regular lame people.
Yeah,
and like 1 or 2 juggalos.
Of course,
because like you got to have like a third group so that the regular humans get some wins.
Yeah, you got to throw him a couple.
You need a Kazuma Sakamoto so that you can get some wins over him, but also he's on the team where they get some wins.
Yeah, that's fair. And then who else? Well, then there's ones that literally like had an animal in the name and like were non-committal. Like Prince Puma in Lucha Underground was nothing.
A little bit of fur, and the pattern wasn't even a puma.
Yeah,
it was like a cheetah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'd do a number on that. And Airwolf. One of the Martin brothers? Yeah.
Or
Dante Aradarius?
Or A.R. Fox.
A.R. Fox, oh my god, A.R. Fox, Drew. How could I?
We even know that you're a slut. we know.
A.R., we have video evidence
of you being
that you're a slut. And everyone knows foxes are sluts. Come on, man. I gave him a full Biden on that one.
A full Biden.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I like that Biden's a cool 60s guy.
Yeah, he really, with his cool glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, he's literally a guy that was cool 55 years ago. But he was cool.
Correct.
Don't get me wrong.
He was a cool dude.
He was literally cool in his youth. It's just that he's 80 now.
I also love that everybody thinks that he's super left-wing when he's really not.
I mean, there is no left-wing in the United States.
No.
Bernie.
Bernie.
There's Bernie, but he doesn't get to do anything.
Like I stated earlier to Scott, the amount of, like, there in the record books, in the history books of record.
Mark it down.
No one has ever made more money off of shirts, hats, stickers, whatever, who will never be president. than Bernie.
Yeah.
I think
he was a senator.
Is there a genuine thought that Dwayne Johnson is going to be president?
Yes.
Like there's actually
I'm pretty sure
real conversation in the world that he. Because I think what was it, like People Magazine or something did an article on like the top 25 reasons to love America, and The Rock was literally number 1.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I'm pretty sure like the Young Rock series,
yeah,
is a low-key campaign video for him. I'm pretty sure like at the end of one of the episodes there was a like Dwayne Johnson 2032 banner.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? He's got the charisma. He's got the brains. Like, he is a smart dude.
He's a smart guy. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like, he's not going to be worse.
He honestly can't be worse.
He'll be fine.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson tops People Magazine's list of reasons to love America. Number 1.
Goddamn Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
A loser.
A goddamn loser
we saw today.
Who wrote, I'm going to call it a spoken word poetry slam about how much he loves pie. In reference to women's vagines.
Yep.
And he's going to be the president. And that'll be the not even the worst thing said about vaginas by a president.
And not even the worst president of the last several, probably.
Correct. We all know who the good one is. W.
Yeah.
He thought he was a pilot. like a fighter plane pilot.
I mean, look.
Come on, that's adorable.
In terms of things to think you are, that's a cool thing.
Yeah. I think he got a bad rap. I think he's a cool guy. He likes painting. He likes baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He likes eating.
He
likes cocaine.
Yep.
And he's just
war crimes.
He's just a really chill guy.
He's chill.
I don't know how much war crimes were even him.
Well, I don't either. But he was the president at the time.
Correct. But also, it's not like Barack Obama. It was perfect.
Barry,
not like Barry-O.
Smokin' Barry.
Smokin' Barry-O.
Smokin' Barry-O is a sick name.
That is a pretty sick name.
That's actually cooler than W.
That is cooler than W. Yeah.
Damn.
I was real Jeb! Exclamation point. Real sad.
It must be spoken.
Real sad.
As an exclamation.
I was a Jeb! Exclamation guy.
I think it's because there's still room for interpretation on the exclamation part, because it can be like, it's very emphatic, Jeb, or it could be like he startled you, Jeb. Oh, how long were you there?
He's the sneaky Bush.
Yeah,
because he's married to a Mexican. She taught him all of her sneaky tricks.
You really got that one under their noses.
Yep. I think one of my favorite things is listening to him speak Spanish.
Yeah.
It's very comical.
It's cute. It's real cute. He's trying his best.
Her name is Columba.
And she likes to La Bamba.
Columba Garnica Gallo Bush. She's Mexican-American.
Sounds like an oxymoron to me.
They also... So there's a George Bush 3? Because their son is George Bush.
Oh, Jeb's son?
Yeah.
I don't think he gets to be 3. I think your dad has to be 2.
Wow. Okay, number 1, Jeb's older than I thought he was. He's 68.
Which is still...
I thought he was like 59.
10 years younger than both guys who just ran for president.
Yes. And then his son, who is George P. Bush...
George P.
is 45.
If George P. has a George, then we get George 3.
That's true. Will we? Does he already? He's married, but it doesn't say... They have 2 sons, but it doesn't say their names. He was featured in People's 100 Most Eligible Bachelors in the year 2000.
Nice. People's 100 Most Confirmed Bachelors, if you catch my drift.
That is good. I want to know if it's George Bush 3.
We want more Georges. I want a Foreman family type situation.
Okay, here's the Bush family.
I want dad, George, son, George,
Herbert
daughter,
Walker.
George.
Herbert Walker. Jacob, John Ellis, Jeb Bush.
Jacob, Jingleheimer Bush.
Nah, unfortunately, neither of them are. There's a Prescott Walker Bush.
Ooh, that's a real old money name.
And a John William Bush.
Prescott Walker.
Yep.
That's some rich white people shit.
Well, I think Prescott, George Bush, his middle name is Prescott. And I feel like...
Yeah, the family's only got about 3 different names. They got Prescott, Walker, and George. And
so...
It's just mixes of that.
When the Bush family came, his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was Samuel Prescott Bush. Then the Prescott Sheldon Bush. So it's an old family name.
Yeah.
Oh, Prescott Sheldon Pressy
Bush
Jr. What a name. What a name. And then, then we get all the way to Herbert Walker. We get George Walker.
That's what that's what they call the Loch Ness Monster after he got the job at the newspaper. What do you think about that?
That was bad. Get out.
As I was saying it, I'm like, I guess I have to keep talking. It's a podcast, but I wasn't happy about it.
You had to commit to the dumb joke you made.
Yeah. You know what? I'm coming back around. I like it.
There's too many bushes. I don't like it.
Drew. No one's ever said that before. Who's ever complained
that there's too many bushes?
About too much bush?
I don't know. I'm not a big bush man.
You live in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to know. Was it no? It's Dick Cheney.
And you had the option to live in Flatbush, Brooklyn, but that bush was too flat.
Yes. I
wanted more.
It's Dick Cheney who has a lesbian daughter, right?
Yeah.
And then Bush's daughters were like party animal bitches, right? That everybody hated.
But not as much as Chelsea Clinton, because she's a cunt.
I mean, she's for a different reason. Because she's a snobby, cold-hearted, and her parents did some stuff in the basement of a pizza place.
Shout out to the funniest tweet of all time by Adam Friedland. Chelsea Clinton's not even Jewish. She's just ugly. Which caused her to respond to him.
Yeah. And
he didn't even tag her. She was name searching
herself. I feel like that happens a lot more often now than it did before.
Yeah.
She's really starting to look like her mom.
Yeah.
She's really looking.
She's like a horse.
Like Hillary.
She's a horsier Hillary.
Yeah.
Tough one.
She went. I mean, I guess she's smart in theory, because she went to Stanford, Oxford, Columbia, and New York University.
Oh wow! How did the daughter of the president go to all of those universities?
Couldn't tell you.
I'm sure it was entirely on her own merit.
It was just her brains.
I'm sure even if she was legitimately kind of smart, she definitely deserved every spot she got at each one of those universities.
I mean, at least her husband's a Jew.
Okay, well, that's something.
He's a conservative Jew.
Ooh.
Cool.
How conservative? Like Woody Allen, or like Ben Shapiro, or like a Hasid?
Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Did we say who we are? Did we say what this podcast is? Did we say our Twitters?
No, Drew, we tried and it was too hot.
It is too hot.
We can try now.
You're just going to have to guess who it is. You know what? We're going to remove the name of the podcast, so when it downloads, you're going to go, what the fuck is this?
Ooh, what's this? A secret podcast?
Secret podcast, where we tell secrets about each other to each other.
Ooh. Drew, you're gay.
I was just thinking, Scott, you're gay.
All right.
Are those secrets? I guess those are secrets.
That's the secrets portion of the podcast. And now for the portion, 20-something minutes in, where we say our names and the name of the show. I'm Scott.
I'm also Scott.
Oh, double Scott episode. Well,
everyone else will be very happy.
Let's see how this fares compared to the double Drew episode a couple weeks ago.
That no one wanted?
That I believe it was removed from YouTube for a violation of terms of service. Because YouTube works on a no Drews policy.
Yeah.
So once there's more than one Drew, they're forced to remove it, demonetize you, and tell people to send you nasty DMs.
Listen, fuckers.
Uh-oh.
I see the comments. I know what's going on here. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. I wasn't sure where that was going, but I don't know, people seemed hyped about Double Drew.
No, they didn't.
Maybe one person.
Maybe one person. And not even a person we like.
Well, I hope that person's listening. I wasn't even referencing someone specific.
They're definitely listening.
I'm sure they are. But so as Scott, you can go to my two Twitters at not Scott Henson and at Sarian Softpaws.
Yeah, that's definitely a Scott one.
That's a Scott one. That's my That's my After Dark account where I post exclusively hardcore gay porn. I love people who just tweet porn.
Or like retweet things.
No, like not their own. Like they just retweet like gay porn.
Yes.
I'm like,
yeah,
who's that for? Like you can just
other people who are on Twitter that are just looking for that.
You can just watch the porn yourself.
There's lots
but you're retweeting 15 a day.
Oh, I think that's conservative.
And
25 a day.
And you have 36 followers.
Yeah. But it's a very small community of you guys just sharing things back. I assume you're speaking out of experience.
Absolutely.
Because this is what your other Twitter is.
This is at Syrian Soft Claws.
You and those other 36 people all follow each other.
Yeah.
You only follow each other.
It's like one of those
just a circle of
one
sharing.
of those political echo chambers where a bunch of libtards just to pat each other on the back for not saying the N-word for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Except it's gay porn.
Straight up gay porn.
Just like
I would love to go one podcast where we don't talk about gay sex.
But would you, or would you be sad?
No, and we also have to talk about gay sex.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules. Rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah. Also, send us money.
You could
to buy gay porn.
That would be buy. Who buys?
No, I'm back into buying porn.
Oh. Is that even an option anymore?
It's got to be, right?
I guess you can buy all those PDF versions of those vintage magazines.
You can do that,
but is there?
I can buy PDFs of furry erotica.
I guarantee you that there are old men somewhere in the continental United States who still buy DVDs of porn.
For sure.
DVDs.
Yeah, DVDs. No Blu-rays, no 4K. No. For $80 a DVD.
Yeah, absolutely. They're hella expensive because they either don't have internet, like the ability to get the internet, or their internet's too slow, or they don't understand how technology works.
Yeah.
They don't understand that you can get unlimited free anything anytime you want. 24/7. 7-Eleven, 9/11.
But yeah, after this, let's buy some porn.
All right,
let's find some porn.
It's on you.
You're
let's share your credit card number with everyone so that they can buy it and send it to you.
I know what we'll do. We'll commission a custom.
Okay.
What do you think about
that? Customs are gross, but sure.
Fine. Let's flip it.
Do we need?
Let's you and I do a custom and charge people for it.
That's gross. But
look, not everything can be gross.
Apartment wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll move this table.
Underwear and grappling. Lots of holds.
We'll move this table. We'll lay down some mats and some plastic sheeting.
Remember when Kelly wouldn't sell his gear?
What a coward.
What a coward.
Kelly could be a millionaire
He would be so much happier right now if he would just sell his gear.
He's the #1 video on 3-2-1 Battle.
Yep.
By, I don't know, 50,000 views?
100,000. Easily.
And any, even old backyard wrestling matches I posted of his just on my relatively small channel have tons of views and tons of terrifying comments.
Yeah, just horrible comments. It's the one of him and
Desi.
Him and Desi.
Him and Kevin him and Kevin is the #1 men's match.
Yes. Nice package on AA. Awesome trunks, AA, extra tight trunk wrestling.
Not a single comment, not a single view of that was there to see a good wrestling match.
Correct.
That's not.
No one's there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
The one of him and Marky that just says 2 hot dudes. And then Kelly versus Tony. Oh, nothing. Get on it. Oh, here you go. Desi versus Kelly. Here we go.
How many views?
89,000 views.
Yeah, I literally think that's more than double second place on
429 thumbs up and 35 thumbs down. Desi, then there's just links to times in the video. Oh, it's Kelly doing his Rick Rude. Her
I assume it's just like timestamps where you can like get the best shot of Kelly's dick.
Pull some damn hair already.
Everyone's a creep.
It really is.
I like
pull some damn hair already.
The market for people watching intergender pro wrestling matches to jerk off on YouTube is so much greater than I would have ever fathomed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have guessed, like, hey, Scott, like, how many people in the whole world are jerking off to intergender pro wrestling match? Like, real, actual pro wrestling, not, like, no porn overtones.
Right.
Real intergender pro wrestling matches on YouTube. I'm like, I don't know, 7 in the whole world, probably. But
you undersold big time.
It's more like 50 million. And they're all in India. Every single one.
Here's a creep wondering who the guest ring announcer in gold is, which I imagine is
Barely Legal Vic.
Coach's daughter.
Barely Legal Vic,
yeah. Creep, good. Like
super creep.
Wasn't there? What was the? Was the Bambi?
Or actually, no. I say she's barely legal, but isn't she actually like?
Yeah, she's like 40,
27, and has like baby disease. Is she like Is she an Andy Milonakis?
Yes, absolutely. Oh man, there's not a lot of gross things on Us versus the Ladies. I was really hoping there would be more comments on that.
Oh yeah, no, that one was too wholesome.
That was too wholesome. Wasn't there also like...
It was wholesome 100.
Some kind of... I just saw Dan versus Zayn in the most underwhelming match that's ever happened. Yeah, wasn't there like...
It's a good thing like Shima wasn't watching or something.
Of course. Oh. Love that finisher by Miss Dorada, a powerhouse gorgeous lady.
God, what people... Okay.
Here we go.
When you think about it, that's like an extra level to it. Okay, first of all, you're a guy who jerks off to intergender pro wrestling matches on YouTube.
Yeah.
But then you have the fucking gall to post a comment on it. Have you no shame, sir? Have you no shame? What have you found?
The meanest comment I've ever seen.
Okay,
it is a double-edged knife.
Let's get.
It's meant as a compliment, but also as a slight to somebody else.
Who's the user? Let's give a shout out to YouTube user
Duke McGruder.
Duke
McGruder, who has one playlist.
Is it things I've jerked off to?
POV and sleepers.
Yes.
And it is women's wrestling, indie head scissors, a crossface STF, a Boston crab hold.
So it's squeezing.
Squeezing
and holds.
It's nothing but but just rest holds.
Love everything
has
about it.
3 subscribers.
Great.
Give me some more information. Joined in October 2016.
Okay. Happy 5th anniversary.
No videos. Nothing. So, the matchup is from Rebel Girls 3 in 2019.
3-2-1 Battle Zone. 2019? I wasn't there. I was busy...
Getting a second surgery. Third surgery. Fourth surgery?
Second surgery and... probably being on Oxy.
And also you're not a woman.
And also I'm not a woman. What am I going to go to the girl show for?
So the match...
To support the promotion I work for?
Was Bambi Hall versus Kimberly.
Okay. We have wrestled both of them.
Yes. The first comment is, great women's match with Bambi versus Kimber.
Awesome. And that's the only comment.
Then the second comment
from Duke McGruder. Okay.
Never thought I'd see the day Bambi Hall was more worthy of a jack than Kimberly. ... Holy shit ... Someone tell Kim to invest in a gym, tanning, and cellulite removal.
Wow. Well, sir.
I like that it's a slate on both of them.
Yep.
Double-edged knife.
Yeah, that one's tough because it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm being forced to jerk off to Bambi. Because this Kimberly has fallen the fuck off.
I love mean comments. Here's the exact same guy.
Duke's back?
No. Oh. Love that finisher by Mr. Otta, a powerhouse gorgeous lady.
Oh, on a different video.
That's her, Desi versus Greg.
Is there any way to prove that he's Indian? Because I know he's Indian.
Well, his name is Morris Gregory.
That's not very Indian, but I still
He's literally got nothing on his profile.
Damn.
But he has 28 subscribers.
Pretty good. It's good numbers.
I'm enjoying the amount of mean things said on wrestling videos. I'm sure there's so many. One comment. Nope, that's not even a good one. What else we got? Just keep throwing them at me. This match was a complete train wreck.
Oh,
Nurse Black versus Izzy McQueen.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that match, but that person's right.
Is this the same one, or did they wrestle again? No, this is the same one. Yeah.
Well, shout out to
Duke.
Shout out to Duke Magruder,
Duke Magruder,
the real ass dude of the week.
He's a real ass dude. Give me some more. I like some more. I want some more mean things said about women I actively like.
We should curate these for next time.
We should make ourselves a nice novel, like a picture book of all the mean things said about women wrestlers we like.
Shout out to Jordan Grace, who made a book out of creepy DMs she's received.
Yeah.
Probably at least one from someone we know well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who was definitely like self-aware enough to like actively try not to be creepy, and maybe even physically in the message say not to be creepy or anything, and in doing so was all the more creepy.
Yes, absolutely. I was
not to name names
of anyone in the know.
Yeah.
What is this? What are you trying to? That was pretty good. I like that. There wasn't any comments on that. I was very disappointed.
It's a shame.
It's
awesome if you go through like the if you just like sort by views the 3-2-1 battle videos, because you have to scroll so far until you get a man versus man match. It's either just women's or intergender.
This is
because imagine jerking off to two men.
This must be a 6-pack qualifier.
Yeah,
that's all women. There's only 2 comments by the same guy, and it's just timestamp.
This is where I busted.
This is what I'm watching while I'm hard.
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. I feel like this is bad radio, though.
It's probably not fantastic, but at the end of the day, dude's got to bust.
Also, at the end of the day, gotta do something. Gotta nuke something.
Gotta do something. So, yeah, we can... I don't know. Do you want to talk about the fucking show?
Nah.
And what a loser Rocky Maivia is?
I just want to look up more Rebel Girl stuff and read mean things. I do not remember doing this match, but I'm sure we did.
Well, if you're in it, you probably did.
It is. I am, in fact, in it. It's Greg and Steve versus me and Al, but we're still all a team.
Yeah.
Wrestling Fan 49 gets it. He says Northern Tyrant Sarian is cool.
Oh,
this
pretty
guy.
Nice.
This guy.
Yeah, you were all.
This guy's my guy.
Yeah, you were all heels and you like fucked around, I think.
Oh, and look, all of his videos aren't like creepy grappling stuff. They're like actual
regular
wrestling
pro
things.
Wrestling?
Like,
what a loser.
This guy's my. I'm cool with this guy. Yeah, I sort of remember it, but not really. It was like right when Al joined the team, and I feel like it was like Cody was general manager for the day.
I think they made you do it,
and he was like, "You have to do it," and we're like, well, "We're not gonna do it.
We're gonna dick around."
Yeah, and then we did, and then we kissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, "What's this dumb show?" In House 15, Cold Day in Hell, Richmond, Virginia. we did get a free for all match, but before the match, we got Todd Pettingale doing his tight 5 of local jokes.
Oh. Todd, how many times do I got to tell you? Local jokes can get you local work.
So tonight is the day.
What's with all the one-way streets in Richmond? Am I right?
I tried to go down to North Street, but I keep turning left.
What do I? What can I turn left on a red here?
Good joke, Pettingale.
It is like you're not a driver, so I don't know if you'll feel this the way I feel this, but it does feel on like one-way street going onto a one-way street. It does feel dangerous and exciting to be able to turn left on a red.
Right.
It's very exciting.
Right.
Because it doesn't come up often.
No.
But like Smythe and Hal.
Smythe and Hal.
Beautiful. Speaking of local jokes.
That's why you're never going anywhere.
Could I be the king of the city?
You could be the king of the city. You could be that guy who opens for every out-of-town act that comes in. You only have the same, 10 minutes.
A real Graham Clark, Ivan Decker type.
Yeah, or that fat guy that we used to see all the time. Or that fat guy. Or that woman that wasn't funny. Woman. Remember, who did she open for? Mick Foley, didn't she? And she was terrible.
She was awful.
The only one that I ever liked was who's the scrawny black dude who had the joke about gay thugs?
Yeah.
That guy was pretty decent, even though we heard the same jokes a couple times from him. But I thought he was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And then there was the Big J, the big dude that was in Bellevue.
Yeah, J Hollingsworth.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Yeah. He wasn't bad. I liked him.
Although
and we met him once at a... We met him in Vancouver.
Yeah.
When he was just at a show.
Right.
And we were like, hey, we fucking seen
and then he was on the Doug Loves Movies in Vancouver. Yes. Yeah. But I know his name is Jay, and I know he's big.
He's very big.
But there's already a much more famous Big J in comedy.
Yeah.
So maybe don't be Big J.
But what, it's supposed to be Big Jason? Big Jamie?
Just be Jay Hollingsworth. Like, Big J Okerson has Big J covered.
It's his fucking name. Leave him alone.
He's got weightlifting gloves, and he doesn't lift weights. How are you going to compete with that shit?
That is true. You can't. You can't compete with that. So tonight is supposed to be is the in-ring debut of Ken Shamrock for in a no-holds-barred sort of street fight with, I guess, no, it's like rules, because they have to be in the ring.
Yeah.
But Shamrock versus Vader, and we will get to that.
We will get to that.
So the free-for-all match was a match we saw on last In Your House of Jesse James versus Rockabilly.
I thought it was just like a weird implied thing, and that they never actually put up like the name graphic on the screen.
Right.
Where it said Jesse James, Jammes. Like I watched all of this at the time. I have no memory of Jesse James podcast with two M's.
The exact same thing he's speaking right now. It's okay. You can't hear me. It's fine.
I can hear you.
I'm fairly certain you've said that the last two podcasts we've done.
I'm sure I haven't. I'm going to say it the next time too. As long as every time I see Jesse James up on that goddamn screen, I'm going to talk about it.
Fair.
It's upsetting to me.
So when Jesse James comes out, he's singing "With My Baby Tonight," but the music sort of
he
cuts
sings
out.
Like a line and it doesn't cut, like it literally changes
songs. Yeah, sorry.
To another song.
And he sort of looks around, sort of like, oh, what the fuck? And then he gets to the ring and he goes like, ladies and gentlemen, like Alvin and the Chipmunks. And then it goes back to his song for a few seconds. And
he's like, okay, I'm back. Here
and
we
then
go.
Cuts out again.
Cuts again, and he's like, so okay, well, sorry, folks.
And the crowd starts booing.
The crowd rightfully boos, and he's like, yeah, you're right to boo. That was bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then
the song starts again.
And then they're like, I guess they get word to the ref or whatever, and the ref's like, no, they're gonna do it. You can sing. And then like, okay, here we go. This is the one, and it does the same fucking
same thing. Yeah, which originally we thought maybe was like
the bad guys screwing with him. But it appears not.
Yeah, he genuinely seemed like in a kerfuffle about it.
And then after the third fuck up,
luckily for him, he's a very good improvisational personality. He's good on the fly.
Yeah.
Because he did his best Big Fat Scotty from Star Trek impersonation in a Scottish accent, saying how
we cannot do it.
We cannot do it. It's over. So Rockabilly comes out. He's got dyed black hair now.
Looks stupid.
Looks terrible. It's like when Greg the Hammer did it. You know? Like black hair Greg the Hammer is one of the worst
for rhythm and blues.
Yeah, one of the worst looks of any person ever.
Because he's so pale.
He's so pale, and just like his face is too big for his hair.
You know what?
And so the blonde kind of blends in.
That is a phrase I'm not sure I've ever heard before.
Okay.
But it's so accurate.
Accurate?
I've heard like face is too big for his head or like or too small or something. Yeah. But his face is too big for his hair. And it is. Yes. You're right.
The blonde hair blends in well with the pale skin.
Yeah.
But the black hair really makes you see like,
God.
His hairline is way up here.
Look at all that face.
But he's not balding. It's just his hairline starts just halfway up his scalp.
It's too much face.
Yeah.
No, his hairline's in the right place. Yeah. It's just the face is too big.
So once again, Rockabilly hits a Fame-Asser just like as a throwaway move.
Doesn't even pin him.
Doesn't go for the pin. Then does his bad dancing again.
The bad dancing is really growing on me.
I mean, yes, it's very comical.
It's charming because it's dancing where he refuses to lift a foot.
Yes. Yeah.
It is side to side shuffling.
It's a Larry Bird 3-pointer.
It's a Larry 3.
Yeah. This match was nothing except for the finish, which
What would you give to be able to shoot threes as well as Larry Bird, also without jumping? What would you not give?
All the money in the world.
Yeah.
Nothing. I would give up everything. My black cherry, every movie in this apartment. Yeah. If I had sick 3 power without having to be a
no jump threes all day,
without having to be an athlete.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like that's the fucking dream.
It's like those like baller guys who go to like parks and stuff.
Yeah.
And all they can do is trick shot, like trick dribbling and stuff, and then they could just
the and one mixtape types.
Yes, but like if you actually needed them to like play defense, do fundamentals,
they're not.
Run.
They're not defense guys.
Exactly, like those guys. That's what Larry Bird is.
They're all the old like palm the basketball on the opponent's forehead and then dribble around them. Yeah,
or like go to throw it forward, but then you turn your hand over.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it hits the back of your hand, and then you pull it back, and you like psych them out. Like you're gonna...
I want a basketball right now. I want to do that.
There's one in the closet.
That was sick.
So yeah, everything like the match was nothing.
I have
except
a pair
for the finish
of and one basketball shoes.
Okay.
That I bought in 2006.
Okay.
They are pristine.
Size women's 7. You got itty bitty feet.
They're a gentleman's 12.
Okay.
I wore them once.
Yep.
For the Backstreet Boys video we filmed where I wore all white.
Yeah.
Because they're all white basketball shoes. And I think that's the only time I wore them. I still have them. I could wear them anytime I want. But I have a pair of 15-year-old pristine and ones.
I bet you could sell them for a lot.
Really?
Probably.
I bought them cheap.
I think people are like really into basketball shoes now.
I should
that's a big thing.
I should look into that.
I mean, because just fucking Facebook Marketplace shit.
I bought them on sale for like no more than $50 or $60. They weren't expensive shoes.
There's lots. If they're in good condition, there's some on here. I mean, somebody's selling a pair of Kyrie low floral ones for $110.
I don't think Kyrie was born when I bought these shoes.
I mean, he was believing that the earth was flat.
That's true.
Listen, I don't believe the earth is flat. I just think there's a lot of things that don't make sense.
I'm just asking questions, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different varieties on here for like, anywhere from 50 to 100. So if you want to get rid of them, I'm sure you could.
Now that I say that.
Now you're going to wear them?
No.
Oh, they're going to be your primary shoe?
I mean, they're a fine shoe.
Oh.
But now that I mention it, I feel like there is at least a 50-50 chance that I just threw them out. Because they did like neighborhood spring cleaning where you can just like leave all your bullshit on your curb.
Yeah.
And they take it. And decent chance. I looked at the shoes. I'm like, man, those are still nice looking shoes because I haven't worn them. But also, I haven't worn them in 15 years. And do they spark joy, Marie Kondo style? And they might not have sparked joy because I didn't know the next time I would need to wear an all white outfit.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, you still could have just worn them.
I absolutely could have just worn them. They were perfectly fine basketball shoes. But,
you didn't pay very much for them.
No. So I don't know. Huh. I'll check when I get home. We'll leave that as a teaser for next time. Did Scott throw his shoes out?
Dun dun dun. The finish was a duck down for a back body drop into a snap DDT,
which was very good. But did either of us think it was the finish?
Nope.
No.
But it's also 90s.
But also, who cares?
We've seen some weird shit be finishes. So the actual pay-per-view starts now. Scott, we talked off air that you couldn't remember where you watch it, so possibly didn't watch it.
Possibly didn't. This was my sister's 8th birthday.
Brag.
Super brag. So that means I wouldn't be born for another 10 years. Yeah, so I don't know if we maybe had the party on the Saturday and I did watch this on the Sunday, but for whatever reason, last month's the April 97 and the May 97, I don't have a good grip on where I saw them. I can't picture myself watching it, whereas I can with, I think, literally almost every other one. The next one, I know where it is. Next one, the one after. So, I don't know.
Man, I haven't seen it.
I don't know what's up with Revenge of the Taker and Cold Day in Hell.
Well, don't worry. They're both bad title names, so it's a good thing you missed them.
That's true.
So, pay-per-view starts. We get Flash Funk without the Funkettes, because apparently they've been threatened by China, versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley with a very handsome young lady, China. We discussed how much Hunter has...
A promising young woman.
We discussed how much Hunter has very gross likes. He likes very block-faced, jawed, muscular women, followed by no breast implants, looks like a young child Stephanie McMahon.
Looks like a young Marty Jannetty. Or Scott Putski.
Is that also a rumor?
I mean, it's not a rumor. She looks like Scott Putski.
Looks like.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
No. Triple H didn't fuck Scott Putski.
No, that's
He fucked Stephanie McMahon, who looks like Scott Putski.
I meant that Marty Jannetty fucked Linda McMahon.
Oh, no.
And so then I was like, Scott Putski also fucked Linda McMahon?
No. Scott Putski, who we will see debut in 2 weeks.
Yep. We will. And no, we won't.
Oh.
We're going to skip that match.
Are we?
No.
Out of principle? Out of respect for Ivan?
Yeah. So the match had a low rating on Cage Match, which we were like, okay, that sucks.
Doesn't bode well.
It was better than, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It had some interesting, hip toss reversals, and Hunter tried to do the old, go up in the corner, but he, Irish whip in the corner, do the front flip up to the top rope back in the ring. Didn't really work.
Triple H was too low.
He was too low.
So he basically just did
a second turnbuckle.
Somersault bump into the corner and then, crumpled back over.
At one point, Jerry Lawler said that Triple H is a close personal friend of John F. Kennedy Jr.
How did that work out for John?
Great, because now Hunter Hearst has a direct connection to QAnon.
That's true.
And then at some point during the match, after China gets involved in clobbers Funk, Jerry Lawler asks Jim Ross if he thinks China wears boxers or briefs.
Very funny.
Very funny.
China. She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
But yeah, I mean, the match was
fine.
It was fine. There was some fun,
Flash Funk is always
very fun, very interesting. He did an adorable Hunter to the floor, run up to the top rope to then step over to the second rope.
I think it was spring off the bottom on the inside to sitting on the top on the outside.
To a bad clothesline
to
chop.
Just kind of a basic ass
nothing fun, nothing fancy.
Yeah, I was hoping for a flip.
Yeah, so it was whatever. After that,
I think Mick Foley did more flips than Flash Funk on this show.
He did. So the next match is Mankind versus Rocky Maivia. Rocky, fresh off of losing...
Future president, current loser.
Fresh off of losing the Intercontinental title
and
to Owen Hart.
They're thinking about giving him an edge, it seems like.
He's definitely getting mouthier and like cockier, which is great because that obviously leads to the best work. I just wrote a note here of Rocky ... wrestling. He does.
Oh yeah,
he does like scoop slam.
He's
he does
a pro
power
wrestler
slam.
Here.
He does a headlock takeover.
Yep.
Like he's actually doing wrestling maneuvers.
Oh yeah.
He at one point does a rock bottom on the entranceway
on the ramp.
It was
hard,
just for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, other than the fact that it's Mankind and Foley wants to take that bump.
Yeah. Foley did a somersault off the apron.
More
flips than Flash Funk.
Then towards the end of the match, after Rocky's sort of like in charge, he picks him up for the shoulder breaker, which was his finish.
Yeah.
But then he sort of does some like big cocky like his taunt, and
he did a big old Pacific Islander dance.
He did a haka.
Yeah.
He did the raka.
Yeah.
And then
goes to the top for his new finisher, the flying crossbody.
Does the big crossbody. Hits it. But Mankind immediately rolls through.
It's the classic roll through the crossbody, but not into a pin.
Yeah.
Straight into mandible claw. Fucking beats him. Beautiful.
Clean. Yeah, it was really good.
Great finish.
Really good finish.
Loved it.
So next up is Ahmed Johnson.
And Rock and Mankind will never fight again.
Never again. Next one is Ahmed Johnson versus the Nation in a Gauntlet.
Yep.
So the Nation comes out with low energy PG-13, not really rapping that hard.
They did like the wrong comedy, like their speedball like proportions were off. It was like too much heroin to coke.
They'll never get the percentage right again.
Yeah. And because they, I don't know, they weren't feeling it.
They really weren't. Yeah, it was real low energy. But maybe I don't think they're in the Nation that much longer, are they? I don't think so.
Not a lot.
So yeah, as on last in your house, Ahmed accepted the challenge to wrestle all three of them in a gauntlet. As they come out, Gorilla Monsoon comes out and kicks all of the Nation out from ringside.
But not all the way out. They just have to wait on the stage.
They just have to watch from the stage. So first is Crush. Ahmed is wearing no knee pads, but knee sleeves.
Yeah, and then
double thigh pads. And then a waist belt over huggers.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're rarely seen belt over huggers.
Yeah,
but like, you heard right, folks. Double thigh pads. That's 2 more thigh pads per leg than anyone else wears.
Eventually,
everyone else is 0.
Eventually, one of them does slide back down and become a knee pad.
Yeah, he accidentally gets a knee pad.
So yeah, he starts off with Crush.
Because I don't want to give too much of a peek behind the curtain here. You don't need to pad your thighs.
Some people don't even need to pad their knees.
But they should.
Yeah,
but I can't imagine.
I mean, I did it for one summer, and it was the worst summer of my life.
It was the summer of bare knees.
Summer of bare knees. I did it for 4 matches.
Why?
I don't know. I was bored. And I thought heels did it.
I've never been so bored that I wanted to risk injury.
Got a lot of mat burn.
Yeah. No, it sucks.
So noted former convict, also Japanese sympathizer Crush.
Yep.
Does some white guy karate.
Yeah.
Does a nice big old side kick.
The big side and Ahmed's like jumping sell of it was a delight.
Then at some point JR doesn't understand how gauntlets work. He says, "What if Crush beats him right now? Does that mean the match? I guess that means the match is over."
Yes.
And it's like,
stupid.
Yes, that's how a gauntlet works, dumbass. We did. I just wrote the note. Bryan Adams pile driver, chef kiss.
Because once he set him up in pile driver position, we're like, oh, he's going to do it. Because we're so used to seeing him do it on Nitro 2000, reference to Worst Year of Our Lives Season 1.
Don't reference that.
I'll reference whatever I please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking artist.
Little St. James, Scott's hometown.
And Bryan Adams, a.k.a. Crush, does the weirdest, unsafest pile drivers you'll ever see. And he did not disappoint. This one was exactly on form for him. It wasn't on form for a good pile driver, but it was on form for Crush. And we were very pleased.
Yes, absolutely.
Where he picks you up and then lands sort of sideways and lets you go. So the not landing on your head is up to you.
I was wondering if they let PG-13 wrestle.
Not a lot, but
3 matches.
Okay, pretty good.
2 in 95, 1 in 97.
One as the nation.
No, it doesn't say nation. It just says PG-13.
I wonder
in May 97.
Yeah, so they're a nation here.
I guess.
This is where this show is literally May 97. Unless they stop being the nation tomorrow.
They could be.
Maybe
this is the Raw after the pay-per-view. You don't know.
Well, what's the date?
Don't worry about
it. Is it before the pay-per-view?
It's 5/11 and 5/12. It's the Raw after.
Well, it doesn't seem like they leave the nation.
What do you know?
Well, the nation won.
They wrestle the Legion of Doom.
Nice. Does the Legion of Doom win?
Yes, in 2 minutes.
Makes sense.
That's a match I'd like to see, because I bet you they just throw them around and are mean to them.
They probably beat them up pretty good. I would guess.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, he hits the Amazing Pile Driver. He picks him up to hit the noted crush finisher of Heart Punch.
Yep.
But before he can throw the punch, Ahmed sort of arm ringers him and hits a reverse, sort of like a duck under the arm, outside of the foot heel kick.
Yeah, that kind of like hook kick thing, kind of like Booker T's
sort of
arm ringer back kick thing. Yeah.
And
pins his ass.
So next is Savio, who hobbles to the ring, and they claim he sprained his ankle earlier
in Scranton, Pennsylvania, yesterday.
But he's a liar. He hobbles to the ring, and then he's a big fat phony because he runs to the ring.
He's faking for attention.
Jumps him. This one's just straight up a brawl. It's just them fist fighting each other. There's not a lot of moves. At one point, Jerry Lawler states that the people in Richmond only have 2 types of necks, light red and dark red.
Very funny.
Very funny. The finish of this one is they're on the floor, and Savio picks up a chair and just very lightly hits Ahmed in the neck region with it, causing the DQ. Fruit gets, then Ahmed rolls back in the ring, and Savio comes in and just fucking wails on him. Meanwhile, the nation is helping Farouk get his hat off and his arm sling.
Yeah, Farouk, who has been hurt for 2 months since WrestleMania when Ahmed Johnson hurt him.
Yes. So Savio kicks his ass in the chair. Farouk comes down and thinks he's going to get the easy pinfall. He doesn't, and Ahmed kind of fights back. Ahmed hits a really good spine buster.
Yep.
And then he gets Farouk up for the pro over plunge, which you assume is the finish.
Hits it,
but he's so beat up from the chair that he can't make the pin. So eventually when he gets over and Farouk kicks out, he goes to pick him up. Farouk cuts him off and just hits a big ass dominator on him.
That's it.
For the finish. So the nation doesn't have to break up.
Hooray
for now. That'll be soon. So next, after that, we get a promo package of Ken Shamrock. It talks about UFC. It talks about his sad, pathetic life. I hear
he's the world's most dangerous man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at that point he had only lost 1 fight. I'm gonna check that stat, but
Coleman?
I feel I think maybe he had only lost 1 fight.
Severn?
Let me see. Where are we?
Looking for May 11th, 97.
So he lost to Royce Gracie at UFC 1.
Right.
He lost to Minoru Suzuki and Pancrase 1.
Which was probably fake.
He lost to Masakatsu Funaki at Pancrase.
Also, I think Pancrase is fake.
It's sort of both.
Yeah.
It is real.
Pancrase is really weird.
It is real fighting, but it's also you're not trying to knock the guy's head off.
Yeah.
And, but after that, he went to a draw with Royce Gracie at 5 when they declared it a draw because Royce refused to throw in the towel and he was dying.
Ah, right.
Then he
So Ken won.
Then he lost to. So what's the date on this? This is
May 11th, 97.
May 11th. So he loses to Minoru Suzuki at Pancrase. He does a majority draw with Oleg Taktarov, Russian Bear. Then he loses to Dan Severn at UFC 9. He loses Oh, and then so then he beats Brian Johnston at Ultimate 96, and he doesn't fight again until May 2000. So he's 20 at this point right now.
Yeah.
Debuting against Vader, he's 23-5-2.
Pretty good. What was the UFC? Because they promoted a UFC on this show.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Ow.
Good job, stupid.
Which it's just wild thinking like
February.
how different things were then that WWF aired an ad
for the
on their pay-per-view.
UFC 13, The Ultimate Force. May 30th from Augusta, Georgia.
What's the main?
Guy Mezger and Tito Ortiz.
Tito.
It also it must have been a tournament, a lightweight tournament for something. Featuring previous
Once and Future King.
Previous World Wrestling Federation wrestler Ludwig Borga losing to Randy Couture by submission in 1 minute.
Wow.
So it looks like they did a light heavyweight tournament and a heavyweight tournament in the same night.
Big day.
It was so the finals was Randy winning the heavyweight tournament, and Mezger was supposed to face Ensign Inoue, but Inoue got hurt, and Tito was the alternate. So then Mezger fought Tito and won by submission.
Huh.
So that was the one that they were building to.
Well, congratulations to Randy and Guy.
But yes, it was very weird to see a UFC promoted on a WWF pay-per-view, because I feel like now they want nothing to do with each other. There's a lot of bad blood. Yeah. Anyway, so it shows the highlight packages of everything building up for Shamrock, debuting his sad sack family life, and it showed him being a baseball coach, and it showed him training guys how to be fighters, and
showed his brother Frank being better than him.
Correct, who is not his real brother.
Not his real brother.
Also, that's not his real dad.
Not his real dad.
So Vader comes out first. Then Shamrock comes out to
the lamest music.
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't know if it's.
He comes out to like Baker Street. It's like this saxophone.
It really is. It really is Baker Street. It's terrible. Like it's
so weird.
How do you get fired up to come out to that? It's so this match is, I guess, maybe a little bit infamous in the wrestling community, because it's really
hard.
What
community?
In the wrestling community.
Oh. Not the gay community.
Not the gay community.
Okay. Hey AJ, did you know you're pretty big in the gay community?
It's sort of like it's presented like it's a shoot fight.
Yes.
It is very much not a shoot fight, but there is definitely some moments in it that make you think that it could be a real fight.
It's the closest WWF has ever gotten or will ever get to UWFI.
Yes.
Like it's not UWFI, but it's the closest they'll ever get.
There's leg kicks, there's some real looking grappling, and then there's some definite swing for the fences punches by Vader.
Yeah.
And don't know if that's Vader being frustrated or Vader trying to make it look real.
Yeah, or just Vader being awesome.
Just thinking he's tougher than Shamrock.
Yeah.
Ken does a really good shoot German suplex on him. Like Vader gets a huge jump and he chucks him. And then there was a really good rolling knee bar that I was like, yay! And then Vader immediately crawled to the ropes like, boo! But very, very smooth. Very, very smooth.
Yeah.
At one point, Vader gets Shamrock up for a suplex and just sort of throws him over the top rope to the floor.
Yep.
Which was very cool.
Yeah, that was big bump by Shamrock.
Big bump by Shamrock.
For a guy who hasn't taken wrestling bumps in 7 years.
7 years. Yeah. So eventually Vader gets him back in. Vader sort of clobbers him a bit to beat him down. He goes up to hit a Vader salt, which Ken is supposed to roll out of the way of, and doesn't quite.
I mean, he does roll, but Vader gets him anyway.
Vader still gets him anyways, but he has to no sell it.
Yeah.
After that, he gets him up in the corner and starts just throwing jumping knees, forearms, strikes and stuff. Vader sort of gets some separation from him and just throws this massive clobbering, just forearm shot to the back of Shamrock's head that he takes this huge thudding.
Shamrock takes this snap 180 turn, like a cartoon, like Daffy Duck's beak got knocked around backwards. And looked like he died.
Yeah, it was great. So then when Vader goes down to get him, Shamrock immediately puts him into a Kimura and like drags him down, and then he transitions from a Kimura into the ankle lock, like a seated ankle lock.
Yeah.
And Vader like pretty much taps out right away.
Taps out pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, because Vader's a big old fat piece of shit.
Aw.
Well, we're getting there.
This might be the last cool thing that Vader gets to do.
Probably.
In WWE.
Probably. He's jobbing out pretty soon.
I can't tell you much of his career from like summer '97 to summer '98.
He does a face turn, doesn't he? And he becomes like an American hero. He does some stuff with the Hart Foundation, and he teams with the Patriot. Right?
I guess, yeah. Right? I guess he is a face.
Yeah, he definitely.
He's definitely a face because, like, he's a face versus Kane in '98.
Yeah.
Where he's a big fat piece of shit.
He's a big fat piece of shit.
And then he's gone.
Where do we go? 97.
Yeah. Then in less than a year, he goes and main events the Tokyo Dome with Misawa.
Yeah. He's in the World Tag Team Title Tournament match in June. He teams with The Undertaker.
Oh, so
then he challenges
probably a face already. Maybe like this kind of turns him face.
He challenges Undertaker for the title at Canadian Stampede.
Oh, that's right. So that was a teammates who don't like each other thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's still a heel at Stampede.
He's in that flag match, Bret and Bulldog versus Patriot and Vader.
Okay, so he's a face there.
He's in Survivor Series 97 on the Good Guy team against Team Canada.
All right, yeah.
Then he's in Rumble 98, where he not only wrestles the artist formerly known as Goldust, but he's also in the Rumble. Then he wrestles Kane at No Way Out of Texas.
Singles with Goldust at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then he wrestles Kane at No Way Out of Texas. He wrestles Mask versus Mask with Kane at Over the Edge.
That's the piece of shit one.
Yeah. And then he wrestles Mark Henry at Fully Loaded. And then he does a bunch of Sunday Night Heats.
Yeah.
He wrestles Bradshaw in a Falls Count Anywhere match on Breakdown. And then he's gone.
He's gone in late
in September.
Yeah.
So he gets a little bit for the next few months, and then after that, it's a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, and then May '99, Tokyo Dome.
Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. It picked back up.
His career went places, and then him and Scorpio.
Then him and Scorpio and Noah, best team.
Rad.
First tag champions.
Which is crazy.
Can't take that away.
So we go backstage. Steve Austin. So throughout the course of the show, they've been showing the 5 empty seats in the front row, which are for the Hart Foundation. They supposedly bought tickets off of scalpers, they keep saying.
Seems like they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, they are all employed by the company.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Brett's in a wheelchair.
Yep. And is for, for a while. The next, 2.5 months.
Yeah, for a while.
Until almost SummerSlam in August.
Yes. Yeah. So
no, I guess he wrestles at Stampede. So I guess till July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin's backstage, pretty much just shitting over the Hart family.
Yep.
How much he's gonna kick all their asses after he kicks the Undertaker's ass. So yeah, the main event of the WWF World Heavyweight Title of Undertaker defending against Steve Austin. It starts off with them brawling, which is crazy because of the way that the rest of this match goes.
Yeah.
So they eventually fight to the floor. Austin gets Taker down. He then grabs Owen and bumps him hard way over the guardrail.
Drags him over the guardrail. Yeah.
Gives him a couple shots.
Yeah.
Then Taker comes over and grabs Austin and bumps him, and then throws Owen back over the barricade.
Yeah.
Back to his seat. Then they get back in the ring, and it is the most fucking boring.
Then they have
ground grappling,
pro wrestling,
chain wrestling, and we had hypothesized that it was the two of them pulling a rib on the Harts.
Yeah,
that you have to sit in the front row and watch
they're doing
this
a gimmick
match.
where you guys are out in the front row watching this match. Well, we're going to wrestle for so long and so boring, and you guys have to watch the whole time on camera and pretend to be interested.
It was like both Austin and Undertaker were wrestling as if they were Bret. because it was tons of like leg work to get over a submission, headlock takedowns, like
and work that hold, working
the hold and stuff. Like it was so much of the same thing that Brett would do in every one of his matches. It was very fucking boring, and we fast forwarded through like a majority of the rest holds.
I don't know what it is about Steve Austin and Undertaker together, because they're both excellent performers. They're both they're one, excellent performers. They're two, good workers. Three, extremely hard workers. Yeah, extremely hard.
And like
workers.
At this point, Austin's body hasn't started to fail him.
Austin's body's good.
So he's still a good athlete.
And Taker's still hitting the ropes harder than anyone has ever hit them in the history of wrestling.
Anyone ever. He's just daring those ropes to snap.
I was gonna say, it's shocking that Taker's career was as long as it was, because if a top rope had ever broken while he was running the ropes, he would be straight up dead.
Fucking dead. Well,
he would have done 8 flips over the top rope onto the concrete.
Yeah, and broken his goddamn neck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, they've got weird chemistry, but I honestly feel like this was like some kind of... It was the same thing when Shawn and Hunter decided they wanted to do arm bars all of a sudden.
They learned what submissions were.
It's just sort of like, I think, boredom of being in a bad era... And you're just like, let's just fuck around.
Yeah.
Vince...
Because it's not like the blowing spots kind of bad chemistry. They blew 0 spots.
No, it was like...
They're just boring.
The technique was excellent.
Boring. Why?
So, towards the end, Austin just straight up low blows Taker.
Yeah, and
Earl sees him and then goes over and argues with him.
And then Taker even more blatantly...
As Earl turns away from Austin, he gives him the double birds to the back of the head. Yeah. Then, when he goes over to pick up Taker just straight up low blows him.
With Hebner just watching.
So then Austin's on the ground.
Just do this.
Austin's on the ground holding his dick, like waving to Hebner, like, he fucking got me. And Hebner's like, you fucking got him over there. And then gives him the double bird. Very funny.
Eventually, but I love just like Austin waving Hebner over to come see his dick.
Look at my dick. Look what he did to my dick.
Earl, come look at this dick.
Not bad.
It felt okay. Yeah.
So after the dick, no sympathy from Earl. They both get back up to their feet. Taker grabs him for a chokeslam, hits a chokeslam. He then picks him up to give him a tombstone. But like we noticed as he picked him up, the tombstone was like weirdly placed.
It was an ugly lift.
But it was because they wanted to do the old go over the shoulder, pick up Taker, which
honestly impressive.
Couldn't believe Austin did it because he's not that tall.
He's not that tall.
And at this point, he's not that muscular.
Yeah,
like, he's pretty normal looking.
He's given up. What's he given up height wise?
I mean, Austin's like 6'1", and Taker's 6'9".
Yeah, he's given up like 8 inches, legit.
But he got him up.
Last time I gave up 8 inches, I was
your negative 0.05 inches.
Negative 5.
So yeah, they do the old go over the shoulder. Austin, like you can see, like just grabbing on for dear life to Taker's huggers to get him up.
Very impressive.
Gets him up, but then Taker immediately reverses it back over, and then just gives him the old like
a dirty one. Yeah.
Hold on, first we missed a spot.
Oh.
After the chokeslam, Austin gets away, goes to roll the outside.
yes.
When Taker pulls him back in, he gives him a stunner.
Yeah.
And has him beat, and Pillman jumps the guardrail and runs over and just starts hammering the bell
to distract everyone.
Which Earl, of course, gets up and like doesn't even kick him out. He just tells him to go back to his
stop
seat.
ringing the bell.
Hey, guy who technically
and
paid
then Pillman
for a
claims
ticket.
it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Which was a good.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know, some fan.
Wasn't me, man.
Energetic fan. Then we get the reversal of the tombstones.
We get the tombstones, yeah.
Taker just like drops him so low.
Plants him.
Like almost breaks his neck, like he's gonna have his neck broken later.
Pretty soon.
And for the win, and as soon as Taker gets the win, the entire Hart Foundation minus Brett jump in the ring to fight Austin.
Yeah.
So they start brawling with Austin. Taker's having none of it. Taker starts kicking all their asses. While Taker's kicking their asses, Austin rolls out of the ring and goes over to Brett, who's unprotected at this point. He climbs the guardrail.
He's raw dogging
He
Brett.
knocks Brett out of the wheelchair to the floor.
Yeah.
Goes to beat him up.
Brett falls out of so many wheelchairs over the next 2 months. It's great. Yeah. He gets super kicked out of them.
That's his favorite spot.
It's awesome.
It's his favorite spot. It's his go-to move. So then after that, I don't remember which Foundation member comes, but one of them save him from Austin.
Is it Mom Hair Owen?
He might have been Mom Heroin. And then they help Brett up the rampway while Austin and Taker are in the ring, like, celebrating. Then Austin goes after them up the ramp, and they run away. And then Taker goes up the ramp with the belt, and then that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
So, overall, like, not really a great show. Not, like a few entertaining things, but overall bad.
Yeah, not great overall. Shamrock Vader was fucking sweet.
Of course, which we knew ahead of time, so...
Expecting. So,
but yeah, Taker Austin was really boring and bad.
Never, and they're gonna wrestle a lot for the next few years.
They are.
But,
yes, they are.
And they're all gonna be boring. I know a lot of people think the SummerSlam '98 main event is really good. It's not.
It's not.
It's half an hour of really, really, really boring wrestling with one big spot.
Yeah, it really is.
It sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.
Fucking thing does suck. So yeah, I don't know, just like two
sucks.
good, like high-end famous wrestlers just can't help but be so boring, so boring. What do you?
I was just looking up SummerSlam '98 and how there's an amazing 4-on-3 oddities versus all the members of Kai-En-Tai match.
Yes, there is.
That is a 1.25 on
solid
cage match.
What's that, about a 1 out of 8?
1 out of 8. And then we got the X-Pac versus Double Gauge, Jeff Jarrett, hair versus hair.
Double Gauge.
With
Southern Justice.
Low key, a gimmick I really liked when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Justice.
Yep.
Dennis Knight and Mark Canterbury.
That's right.
Turning them Godwins into real sophisticated Southern gentlemen.
Give them hillbillies some suits.
And comb their hair.
Yep. Oh, they did comb their hair, didn't they?
Yeah.
And sunglasses.
And I think Canterbury had a mustache instead of like the sort of
that sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I genuinely really liked that gimmick. I thought that gimmick was cool. I was like, how do you take these guys and not just make them pig farmers forever? I don't know. Make them Southern gentlemen.
Make them slave owners.
Make them slave owners. They could have owned
Harlem Heat.
Yeah, but what were their Kane
and Cole.
And Cole. Yeah. Dragging them out with chains.
We want to bring you out in chains. What? You know it's the 1990s, right? Stop it.
You know we'll fucking kill you, right? Yeah, you're right. You know what? Good idea. It was a bad idea. Let's not do it. So yeah, that was In Your House.
I love how wrestling.
29.
I love how wrestling is always like so behind the times on everything.
Well,
like behind the times on racism, and then like. You know, and even
women,
like style and fashion, like people have mullets like well into the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then
just like what their vision of like a rapper is.
Yeah, what a rapper is. And then even now, like wrestling was 3 years late on Me Too.
Yeah.
Like everyone else did it in 2017, and then wrestling discovered it in 2020.
We're like, oh shit, are we supposed to do this too?
Oh yeah,
get on it.
Oh, are we doing that? Yeah, because we got rapes. We got like a bunch of rapes.
We got a lot of rapes. God,
yeah.
You want rapes? We got them.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just didn't think we were doing it, but we're doing it. Okay, these 50 people are all rapists and should never wrestle again. But I think that's all the important things. I think so. I don't know what else there is. Oh, I think I didn't actually say where to send money when I told you to send money.
You just said give us money.
Just give us money, which is a good rules to live by. But if you're actually going to,
send it to suck my wolf dick at angelfire.net
or send it to paypal.me/not Scott Henson. And beyond that, the only thing that I care to say is that the secret letter is H, as in triple, but only one.
It's too hot.
Too damn hot.